Hello, one and all. It is Thursday, August 8th, 2024, and you may have heard the news that former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter had the FBI raided on him for the apparent reason of being a former UN weapons inspector who was critical and analyzing the war in Ukraine. At least that's what we're speculating because they have not charged him with an actual crime. Hence why this raid was unconstitutional and unlawful. And I'm speaking on behalf of this because it is not just Scott Ritter that is noticing a pattern here. As you may have saw, I have recently uploaded a new Substack article. Please go check it out at the bottom of this video. That this is continuing to be a growing trend that law enforcement, intelligence agencies, and big tech companies are all in collaboration together to track down users and arrest them for the act of being social on social media. You may have also seen the recent video that has gone viral of a UK resident who was arrested for certain posts and certain comments that he made on Facebook. The UK police stormed his house and arrested him and denied him the access to his medication. All because of posts that he made on social media. This is a bleak warning, folks, because if it just happens to Scott Ritter, it happens to this UK resident, it happens to anybody. And this has become a growing trend, not only here in Canada and the United States, but all around the world. Because this is a global collaboration, a cabal of sinister people that want to silence speech in the masterminds of misinformation and disinformation. They want to use it as a front, as a technique to get away with this heinous act against society. And when you have censorship among a society, society does not flourish. Society does not evolve, and we actually damage ourselves through this process. This is why we need to stand up, we need to rise against this, and we need to support each other, regardless of how you feel about that person's speech, regardless of how you feel about that person's opinion. Because freedom of speech is a value and a principle that affects every single person. And if we don't protect that principle, you could be the next target. Because they're going after many individuals. We saw this with COVID. We saw this with the so-called spreading of Russian propaganda to critically analyze a war that's going on that we're spending billions of dollars on. And now we're seeing in 2024, continuing on, for what they suppose is hate speech. But we have no clear definition of what these hate speeches are. We have no clear definition. They have no clear accountability on why they're opposing these horrific censorship Orwellian laws onto people, why totalitarianism is existing in 2024. And the reason most people don't see it is because it's not obvious to the naked eye. That's not obvious as a book burning that you saw in the historical days. This is all done online. This is all done behind closed doors. This is what's happening in Davos when people like Klaus Schwab and the WEF gather together to restrict people of information. And when you restrict people from information, you control the general public. And that is what is all about this. It's about controlling the narrative so they can control the public and get away with their heinous acts against humanity. That is why I'm asking for everybody to recognize this, to acknowledge this, and rise against this totalitarianism in the technocratic age before it affects you. As the saying goes, they went after the Jews. I didn't stop them because I'm not a Jew. They went after the Christians. I didn't stop them because I'm a Christian. They went after me. and there was no one else to protect me. This is why it's a principle that we all need to gather together to stop this before you or myself could become potential targets.